Welcome, Japanese woodblock print collectors and enthusiasts. It's been a while since we last had an unboxing, but I just got this package of prints, so we're going to open them here for the first time. All right, enough talk, let's go. I'll use my trusty X-Acto to open the box up. Let's see what we have. Two packets in here. I forgot about this one. Always check under here and make sure I haven't missed anything. Let's open the small one first. Oh, okay, I forgot I bid on this. I think I paid about $10. It's 4 small books. The first one is a book of postcard prints of the Tokaido. It looks like they're all from the processional Tokaido series. I guess if I wanted to, I could rip these out and send them to friends, but I'll keep them intact. This next book is a book of Tokaido prints by various artists, like Kunisada and Hiroshige and others. And yet another book of Tokaido prints, also from a wide variety of artists. And finally, another book of Tokaido postcards by Kunisada. What a great reference and fun to flip through. Okay, now onto some original woodblock prints, always nicely wrapped. I don't bother unwrapping them, I just cut right through this stuff. This is a Kunichika series I'm collecting, Actor's Dressing Room. I have 3 other prints from this series already, and I think there are 10 in total. The actors depicted here are Gado Katakoa, applying makeup in front of the mirror. Unfortunately, there's some staining where it got wet. This is Shikan Nakamura IV, trying on a wig. And finally, Gonjuro Ichikawa with a towel, probably wiping off makeup. So this series was done in 1880, but Kunichika really took inspiration from Kunisada's 1862 series of Actors in the Dressing Room. Here is an example of one of those prints, and you can see where he pulled his inspiration. Of course, Kunichika did spend a lot of time hanging out with actors, probably in their dressing rooms, so he was definitely familiar with the scenes and the situations. In 1883, Kunichika did another series called The Popularity of the Upstairs Dressing Room. Here is an example of one of those prints. And in this series, he not only depicted the actors, but also the actors' assistants. And in this print, you can see the assistant on the right-hand side, the silhouette against the screen. Next, we have a print from Chikanobu. It's called The Magical Princess from the series Setsugetsuka, or Snow, Moon, and Flowers. It's one of Chikanobu's best series, dating from 1884. You probably can't see it, but there's a lot of embossing on the princess's white robe. The princess was hiding in the Tsukuba Mountains with her ghostly attendants and this monster toad you can see in that upper inset. I love the way the toad's eyes are just kind of like looking up. Chikanobu, of course, was one of the most famous artists of the Meiji era. His teachers were Kunisada, Kuniyoshi, and of course Kunichika, whom he got his surname from. Yay, I've been waiting for this one. From Kunichika's 1893 series, 100 Rolls of Onoe Baiko. The color on the front is really nice, but as you can see on the back, there have been some repairs. Baiko is the nickname of Onoe Kikugoro V. In this scene, Baiko is in the role of Tsubone no Iwafuji, who is a very popular kabuki villain. And in this particular play, when the villain was killed by the heroine, her evil soul returns as this skeleton that you can see in the upper portion of the print. This print also had some metallic pigments on it in her hairpin and the fan, but those metallic prints, they oxidize over time very, very quickly actually, and they usually turn this brownish color. So I have about 50 of the 100 Baiko prints on our website on display, so you can see them there. Okay, this next print is the Chu Shunte restaurant with actor Nakamura Utaemon IV as Yura Nosuke from the 1852 series Famous Restaurants of the Eastern Capital. As some of you may know, I collect restaurant-themed woodblock prints because why not, right? And this series combines both the restaurant and one of my favorite artists, who is Hiroshige. Of course, Kunisada was responsible for these bold actor portraits in the foreground, but Hiroshige did the smaller landscape prints that were actually from around the restaurant that you can see in the upper background. Okay, you can tell these next two prints came from an album by the way they are joined together. These are from an untitled set of actors with poems by Kunisada, published in 1862. The landscapes in the top of the prints were designed by another artist. These prints are based on actual kabuki performances around the years 1861 and 1862, and considering they're 160 years old, they're in amazing condition. Look at the detail on the armor here. All right, look at this handsome fellow. He's from Yoshitoshi's 1887 series, Kinsei Jinbutsushi, or Personalities of Recent Times. The series appeared in some of the issues of the Yamato newspaper as a special color supplement. It featured illustrations of people throughout Japanese history. The actor depicted in this print is Bando Hikosaburo V. And guess what? I have another version of this print. As you can see, it's in better condition. I always enjoy comparing similar prints because it's interesting to see how the colors change over time, how they've been kept, and also the print quality. And this is a wonderful image. I love his crazy beard and hair, and the subtle blue ocean waves in the background. Here is a print from Kunichika's 1884 series, 54 Feelings of Today. And that title is a pun of the 54 chapters of the tale of Genji. And this print is from chapter 19, Usugumo. There are really some beautiful prints in this Genji series. Here are a couple of my favorites. This one is from chapter 51. It's called Ukifune. And This one here is from chapter 9. It's called Aoi. It's of abalone divers, and I just love this composition and the color. It's one of my favorites. All right, now we're finally down to the last one. Good things come in small packages, I hope. Okay, so this is a small print by Kawanabe Kyosai from his book 100 Pictures by Kyosai, or Kyosai Hyakuzu. Most of the images in the Kyosai Hyakuzu draw upon Japanese mythology, folklore, and proverbs, but this one shows a group of children swimming. Kyosai was such an amazing artist and an interesting person. He could go from these playful kind of fantasy scenes to scenes that were very realistic, and detailed, like this leopard image. If you haven't seen it yet, check out my video on Kunichika's drunken party, because Kyosai plays a big part in that, and you can get an idea as to more about what kind of person he was. And that brings us to the end of this unboxing. I hope you've enjoyed viewing the prints with me for the first time. Please like and subscribe, and happy collecting.